This topic makes me so happy. I can't believe I haven't done a video on this yet. What's up, socials? Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about what you need to go after the life you want. If you're not familiar, I usually say the same thing at the end of every video, essentially what you need to do in order to go after the life you want, and it has something to do with what we talk about every day. It's tailored to whatever that subject was. You guys have known I've said this for a while. The reason why I wanted to talk about it is because I feel like at the root of why people watch these videos is that they are trying to achieve something that is ultimately going to fulfill them, get them excited about life or business or career or whatever it is. And I just like reminding everyone the larger purpose behind if you're gonna make video or if you're gonna use social media, if you're gonna network with people, or what you have to do to achieve certain areas of success. I feel like pointing out the big picture is important on a regular basis. That being said, I think maybe sometimes people feel really excited by that sort of phrase when we talk about it at the end of the video, but also aren't always wrapping their mind around, am I really pushing myself forward in that direction, or am I only focused on the short goal? So I thought it would be kind of cool to talk about, what exactly do you need in order to mobilize yourself to be able to go after what you want, no matter what that is. No one is telling you to start a business unless you want to. No one is telling you you need a new job unless you think you need one. Anything you want, what is it that you need in order to make that happen? That's what we're going to talk about. So here we go. This is so fun. First and foremost, you need clarity. You can't go after what you want if you don't know what you want. Now, that being said, you can be kind of inclined to understand what you want and maybe not be full on like this is for certain. That's what happened to me. I left my job, whatever it was, 6 years ago, and I thought this is going to be it, I think, but I have to try it first to really know. And if I didn't try it, I wouldn't have had that clarity. I had to take certain risks in order to achieve that clarity, but I eventually got it. You do want to start to get familiar with what are you excited about, what lights you up, what do you want to spend your free time doing, what is it that's happening at work that you actually really enjoy, what are those things, so that you can start to get clear around what you want. Maybe it has nothing to do with your career. Maybe it has more to do with your personal life. Maybe it has to do with your home life. It doesn't matter what it is. Get very clear about it, because it's super easy to do the day-to-day stuff on the what are those things that hamsters ride? A wheel. You can do this stuff every day, but if you don't have the big picture in mind, it is going to feel like you never get there, because quite frankly, you never gave yourself a destination to get to. Clarity, first and foremost. None of the rest matter if you don't have it. Next, you're gonna need belief. Belief in yourself, belief in the process, belief in the hard road ahead of you. It is really, really difficult when you know what you want, and the people around you may or may not understand it, and therefore are so inclined to impact you with their feelings about it. It's amazing when you're not really sure of your belief in yourself, but everybody else is pretty full of belief that you can't do it. I remember having very difficult conversations with people close to me where I would try to explain, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna do, this is how I'm gonna make it happen, and them say, I don't think that that's something that you can or should do. And that's never going to be helpful, and it's going to happen. So if you don't have that belief in yourself, or the belief that you have the ability to at least try, you're not going to get anywhere very quickly. Then you have clarity and no belief, and it's like, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? You just sit in your head like, yep, pretty sure about what I want, but too bad nobody's gonna hand it to me. That sucks. So you have to have that belief in yourself, even if it feels like you're just pumping yourself with belief you're not quite sure you have yet, which I have been there as well, because there's gonna be other people who are gonna let you know that they think you're an idiot. They don't seem to mind. So they're just gonna load you up with that. Do you really want that? You better have someone in your camp, to fight against that when it's time. Next, you're gonna need your word. Your word is a big deal, especially let's say if you're going after a new career path and you're gonna have to do some free unpaid work for a while. You definitely need to be able to say, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get it done, so that stuff really does pay off for you in the long run. And you can actually say, look what I've done. Maybe I didn't get paid for it, but look at how great it was, because now I'm further along. I've grown because of it, because I showed up and said I was gonna to do what I wanted to do. So I got really clear about it. I believed I could do it. And then I actually did it. And when I said what I was going to do, when I said I was going to be somewhere, when I said I was going to get something done, when I said it will be done by the deadline, it happens. I can't tell you how bewildered people are by the fact that when I say I'm going to do something and I do it, that those two things come together, because there are so many people who don't stick to their word. Don't be one of those people, because when you're not, it's amazing how much further ahead that you are than them. Instead of just being average, mediocre, or to be expected, because most people don't stick with their word, you get to be the badass. There was no other word for it. I'm sorry, I had to cuss. The fourth thing you're gonna need is the lesson. You got clear, you had the belief, you did the thing, you said you were gonna do it and you did it, and now you have to learn from it. Because it might be something you're like, oh, I thought I wanted that, but that was not that great. Actually, that wasn't all it was chalked up to be at all. Or maybe you did it, maybe you got closer, maybe it wasn't as easy, maybe it wasn't as amazing as you thought it would be, but it was because you needed to learn some things. Maybe it was because you don't have enough experience yet. Maybe it's because you didn't treat people the way that you probably should have, and you need to reassess how you're doing that. You always need a lesson from everything you do on your way to getting what you want or doing the things that you want, because if you want it to continue, you need to follow a positive pattern, and the only way you're going to do that is by learning the lesson. So learn those lessons. Do not regret anything. If something didn't go as planned, it's okay. You showed up, you did the thing you said you were going to do. Now learn from it and then fix it next time, or do the same thing again next time if it went great. Oh my God. Success stories are my favorite lesson. Obviously, those of us who have a hard time taking criticism love the success stories. But if they were not good, it's okay. Do not freak out. Just learn the lesson. The final thing I think you absolutely need in order to go after the life that you want, and this is something I always have to work on because I'm constantly on that hamster wheel, and I'm always saying I'm going to do something, and then I do it, and I say I'm going to do something, and I do it, and I'm busy, and I'm freaking busy, and I'm doing all these things, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I just wrote a book, it's a bestseller, awesome, cool, like, wait, what? The last thing you need is celebration. Celebration can take the form of anything that you want. It can just be gratefulness. It can be just sipping a cup of coffee, like, yeah, I'm good. Yes. It can be whatever you want, but if you don't ever take that time to reward yourself, I think it's a lot harder for you to feel like you're actually achieving the thing that you set out to do. I certainly, like I said, have that issue because I'm constantly doing and I'm forgetting to reward myself, unless it's like for tacos. I'm very good at rewarding myself with tacos. But you're not supposed to do it with food. I don't think that's what the healthy people would tell you. But you have to find those ways of saying to yourself, nice job. Those opportunities to award yourself, whether it's just like to go get a massage or to take a day off or do something. Like, you have to set that thing out and say, I can't have that until I do the thing. It's not just bait at the end of the stick or whatever, the pole, I don't know. It's the moment that you get to have that celebration and say, okay, your job is to celebrate now, Amy. Turn your brain off, celebrate, and realize the reason you're sitting in this moment is because you did something. And if you don't fully absorb it and you just keep doing, it may or may not set in that you're doing a good job. So those are the 5 things that I think you need: clarity, belief, your word, the lesson, and a celebration, of course. What's missing? What do you think I left out? I would love to hear what you think. Leave that in the comments below. What else do you need to go after what you want? That's all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe for good vibes. That means a lot to me. When you subscribe, it's one of those celebration moments for me where I get to say, oh, I'm making good videos because people want to watch them. Yay. Remember to follow these 5 pieces of advice and get them in your life so that you can continue to go after what you want. Cheers. I feel like my jacket made a lot of noise. I'm sorry. Woo! Oh, the wine refrigerator just kicked on. Timing! Fabulous.